to my craft room. We recently moved a large treadmill out of this room, and so I had a lot of extra room. So I decided that I needed to reorganize things. I watched several videos on YouTube, but found that most people had one skill, whereas I have lots of skills. Now, they might have a quilting room or a paper craft room, but I have lots of things. So the first thing that I did was I used a paper to come up with a graph. I did it to scale. But then when my husband and I started moving things into place, we found it didn't necessarily work in the room like it did on the paper. So thanks to his patience for moving things around lots of times and for coming up with some great suggestions, we finally have it as it is today. This is my cutting table or project table. This is my current project, which is a Christmas tree skirt. Over here are my craft magazines. They're organized by months, and then the bottom is organized by craft. Underneath my sewing table, I have a box of patterns as well as different types of stuffings or fillings. Underneath this one are shelves that have my books by skill. For example, there's a quilting section and an heirloom sewing section. This is my ironing board that I use while sewing. I also have an arm. These drawers are not labeled yet because I'm going to reorganize them. They currently have ribbon, elastic, buttons, sewing thread, those kind of things. This is my embroidery machine, and it's positioned here because you don't need to be sitting while you're doing this machine. These are all my decorative threads. And this is my current sewing machine. One of the greatest things that I have is this lighted magnifier, which really helps when threading the needle. My husband got attached to the desk. I'm also thankful for Pat, who gave me this. And while we're talking about machines, I'd like to show you my very first sewing machine. It is a Sears Kenmore machine, and this was the first sewing machine I have. I also have a musical box sewing machine that my husband recently gave me. The needle actually moves up and down on it. This little musical sewing machine has significance because I learned to sew on a Singer pedal machine, trundle machine. My grandmother taught me how to sew. This is my press, one of the first gifts that my husband gave me. It really makes ironing a lot faster. In these drawers, the top two are different craft things. Then I have my interfacing and other type materials, and then the bottom drawer is trims and lace. And these shelves are organized by skill. Different types of embroidery, shark's tooth or fabric origami, tatting, smocking, those kind of skills. When I was growing up, my mother encouraged my sister and I to learn a new skill each year, and I think that's why I've continued learning different skills. I'm very thankful for my friend Pat, who taught me all these various sewing skills. On this side of the room, I have my repairs basket. I do not like to do repairs. That's the reason the basket's full. So I'm making myself do a repair before I start a new project So hopefully this basket will get empty. Right here I have patterns that I have pulled out that I'm currently doing things. And here in this basket is all my different embroidery thread. And this is my fabric. And as we all know, the one with the most fabric in the end wins. But I'm deciding that I need to decrease my fabric consumption rather than increase it. Three ladies have contributed to my fabric stash that I'm thankful for, but feel like I need to start using them. They're organized by color, and for some colors there are more. So for example, blue, this is blue pattern fabric, blue florals, and solid blue. Inside of them, I have the fabric in rolls so that it helps me to find things easier. I've been using this system for a couple of months now, and it really works. Above that, I have my fabric that is on bolts still. And these are projects, craft projects, organized by Christmas, children, and this is stuff for the home. In the top shelf are clothing projects that are organized by season. I would buy things to make for myself, but I would end up making my children's things and never got to making things for myself. I did make this blouse for myself, so please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, and let me know if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions. And join us next time when we'll go over the craft part of this craft room. Thank you.